I often thought I did not look good enough, that I was too big or too fat, which meant that I made choices to try to lean out that I look back and they weren't really good choices. For example, I might not have eaten properly, or I might not have eaten enough food, so I'd skip meals and then I'd be hungry. But then what will happen is I'll get so hungry and I'll binge on processed food.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Diet Training Podcast. I'm Chloe Antic and today I'll be taking over. I'll be interviewing my guest, Anne-Marie, or as I know her best, Mum. I'll be asking the questions this time and I've got some really good things to talk about. So sit back, relax and enjoy today's episode. What do you think is the most important thing about staying healthy and fit?
Oh, good question, Chloe. I think with staying fit and healthy, it's embedding it into your lifestyle. So staying fit and healthy should be part of who you are and not something that you need to do. Often I coach and speak to people and they tell me that they're going to go on a health kick and they're going to start exercising 3 times a week from not exercising at all, changing the way they eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner to salads only. They're going to be good and control themselves and not eat any junk or processed food. And I find often after a week or two, they've gone back to their old habits, or worse, it didn't fit in with their life. It was too hard and it was too many changes at once and not sustainable. So I think the most important is making sure that it's embedded into your life. And look, I've been guilty of this probably too many times and I want to admit. Have you ever done it, Chloe?
Yeah.
What's something that you've done?
Like if I say I'm going to eat healthy or something, then I go and eat like a chocolate the next day.
Especially when it's right there in front of you, it's a bit harder. And something I do want to add to this is what I've learned is you do need to be kind to yourself, because if you fall off or you go eat that chocolate, that's okay. Just get back up and start again and keep going until it takes time. I often think of a baby. So when you started to walk, Chloe, you would walk and then you would fall. And it wasn't, when you fell, it wasn't like, oh no, you're never going to walk. You can't walk. What did you do? Yeah, got back up and kept going. And that's the same. Keep going with any of the health items and reassess it. If it's not the right one, look for another habit that might work, or keep going until you get it right.
What would you recommend for people if they want to be healthy?
To me, being healthy, there's probably 5 core areas that I look at. So nutrition, food, exercise, sleep, hydration, and mindset. And I think it's finding habits in all these areas that work. So with food, I guess 3 habits that I'm going to share that we do in our family. And I just want to call out, I'm no nutritionist or dietitian. However, this is what I found works for me and for plenty of our clients at the D8 gym. And the first one is ensuring you get enough protein. Do you know why protein's important, Chloe?
It helps your muscles grow.
Definitely. And it also helps keep you satiated, full. Therefore, so you're less likely to binge on processed and sugary foods. And the easiest way we usually recommend, or I usually recommend, is what are you having for breakfast or your first meal of the day if you're fasting? And if you're not having enough protein, how can you add it? So we like eggs in the morning. I've got a protein smoothie where we add the protein powder into it. And when you eat protein and you feel full, you're less likely to have that muffin at 10 o'clock in the morning. So that's probably my biggest recommendation. What do you have for breakfast? What does Mum make you?
Usually like eggs and bacon and things like that. Sometimes we'll have overnight oats. But yeah, that's basically what we have for breakfast.
Okay. What's your favourite?
Overnight oats.
With the protein powder?
Yeah, I think that's the best option.
Yeah, I love choc peanut. What's your favourite?
Yeah, choc peanut.
Secondly, for me, is making food simple. I love home-cooked meals most of the time, and we keep this simple and not fancy. So every night I know we're going to have a meat. For example, Mondays is chicken, Tuesdays is a type of red meat, Wednesday's chicken again, Thursday's fish, Friday mince, Saturday barbecue steak, and Sunday barbecue again. Then I just keep making the same meals until it's time to change. For example, Wednesday nights are butter chicken with roti bread and some veggies, and Fridays is Mexican. So keeping it simple so that I can sustain it and cook every night. And lastly, is probably my biggest recommendation with food, is removing temptations from the house. Because if that chocolate's not there, are you going to eat it?
No.
Exactly. So when it's in the house, we eat it. So we don't keep soft drinks, chips, biscuits in the house because when they're there, I tend to eat it. I love the book Atomic Habits, where they say the difference between people who stick with habits versus those who don't is removing temptation from the house. So that's the first one, food. The next one is exercise. And I think exercise is important and just getting any sort of movement in. I love strength training or a form of resistance training. So if you're not doing any movement, start with any movement. I strength train 4 times a week, but with exercise, I think it's whatever works for you. We have so many different options. So what sort of exercise and movement are you getting in? And I love the Fitbit watches where they can tell me how many steps I had. With the third habit, it's sleep. So if you're running on 4 hours of sleep and expecting to feel amazing, you won't. When you sleep 7+ hours of good quality sleep, your body recovers and it also helps keep the cravings in check. The fourth one is hydration. So water is the ultimate performance enhancer. Our bodies are made up of 60% water. So staying hydrated is essential. It helps with energy, focus, digestion, and even fat loss. And lastly, mindset. And I think this is the biggest one. And it's how can you be positive and stay positive? And a few little tips or things that I do is I monitor who I'm hanging around with. I journal 2 to 3 times a week, just going for walks and clearing my head. I listen to inspiring podcasts. I push myself in the gym. So you're quite a positive person, Chloe. How do you keep your mindset in check?
I usually just tell myself that I can and tell myself like, this is going to help. You need to keep going. You can do this. Like, you've got this.
And what about at gymnastics when it's tough to get a skill and you've been practicing? How do you keep going until you get it?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think I just keep trying, or I go back down to the basics or something easier, and then I come back and I try again. Or I might go get a drink of water and be like, okay, you got this, now go back out there and try your best.
I love that. So good.
Okay, now why do you work out?
Why do you think I work out?
To get stronger and get better muscles and stay young and healthy.
And so that I can beat you in running. And do more chin-ups than you.
Not quite.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. The biggest reason is so I can keep playing with you and Jake, be active, fit, so we can do fun activities. Like when we were in Bali recently, it was so much fun being able to surf together, doing the bouldering that we did recently, and beating you in the 100-meter sprint.
Not for long.
Oh, what is it?
It's close. It's like 0.03.
Really, really close. Probably by the end of the year, you might be able to beat me. And then you're right. I want to be healthy. I want my body to be strong and work well as I age. I look at my parents' generation and they're losing their strength. Their bodies are not what they used to. And they haven't done anything to maintain it. Where I compare it to people that have been doing strength training and exercising, looking after themselves, they look a lot better and a lot healthier. And I love the way I feel after exercising. I sleep better. I look better in my clothes. I love strength training, so I'm biased towards that. And when I stopped some strength training sessions and I lost a bit of muscle, I noticed my clothes didn't fit as well and I didn't feel as good. I just love lifting heavy weights. It makes me feel tough, especially when I wear chains in the gym.
How do you find time to work out, even when you're super busy?
The key is taking time each week to plan and making working out a priority.
So having an organised schedule.
That's right. So on Fridays, I'll sit down and I'll go over my next 9 days, my schedule from Saturday to Sunday week, and I put in all the activities there, what I want to accomplish, when I'll do my gym, and I just schedule it in because it's a priority for me.
Do you ever find it hard to go to the gym and work out? Like when you don't feel like it?
Often, too many more times than I'd like to admit. Do you ever find it hard?
Yeah.
Actually, just the other day when your grandparents were coming to visit, we booked activities in with them and I wasn't going to be able to go to the gym when I normally do. So I booked in a 7 a.m. session on Thursday morning and I woke up at 6:45 a.m. and I did not want to do it. Honestly, I wanted to put the covers over my head and just hide, going, no. But because it's a must for me, I quickly got up, changed and went to the gym. And when I walked through the gym door, I was half asleep and not in the mood to chat. I think I grunted to the members going, "Hi, I don't want to be here." And they all laughed at me. But once I started and warm-up was finished, I was good. It wasn't my strongest workout. It was probably one of my weakest ones. I had to even go down in weight, but I felt good. I did it. Not every workout's going to be perfect and you're going to hit PBs, but doing the workout is better than not doing the workout.
Yep, I definitely agree. You'll feel so good after doing it.
There. I even notice with you, sometimes before you go to gymnastics, you're a bit maybe tired from school and you come back and you're very energized and happy.
Yeah. What do you think is the most important thing to focus on when working out?
Good question. My answer might actually surprise you. I think it's your mindset and attitude. The reason I say mindset and attitude is if you start thinking, I can't do this, this is too hard, the chances are it's going to feel hard. You're going to not enjoy doing it and then you might not come back. Whereas going, yep, I can do this, I can work out and I can lift this weight or I'm going to have a good session, you're more likely to do it.
Why do you think it's important for us to stay active as a family?
Firstly, I actually think it's fun staying active as a family and doing fun things like we do, swimming, walking, playing at the park. Even on Sunday when we went bouldering, you don't realize you're exercising, you're being active, yet we were. And it's a great way to build memories. Some of my fondest memories with my dad was he used to take us bike riding on the bike path, so my brothers and I always enjoyed that because we were together, or when I used to rollerblade with my brothers, and I even like rollerblading with you and Jake now. Because when we're active, we're present, we're together, we're laughing, we're talking, over just watching movies or being on technology.
You always seem so positive. How do you keep yourself going when things get tough?
It can be really hard. I love Tony Robbins, and what Tony Robbins says is that life happens for you. And so I often think during the challenging or tough times that this is happening to me so that I can become a stronger person. I can become better, I can grow and I can develop, even though I might not see it in the moment. But when I look back at some of my toughest times, there was always something positive that came out of it also. Sometimes I find you just got to take a break as well. If it's tough, remove myself and try to do something positive. It's all about the state that you're in. It was hard, but did a study on poses. So if you were to stand in a superhero pose, so how would Wonder Woman stand?
With her hands on her hips, standing tall.
So when you stand tall, do that, you open up your body and it helps you get that bit more positive. You feel more confident, you feel more energetic versus if you were to roll up. So if you roll up into a ball, how does that feel?
Feels small and tiny.
Decreases your confidence. So really, I try to move a lot. I'm like, how can I change my state? And sometimes it's not easy in that moment, changing that state, but always trying to work on it and seeing how I can change it, move, and knowing that it will always pass. It's not always going to be good and it's not always going to be bad. Because when it's bad, it makes the good times feel even better.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Have you ever faced any challenges with your health or fitness?
I think my biggest challenge that I face still, however more so when I was younger than now, is body image. I often thought I did not look good enough, that I was too big or too fat, which meant that I made choices to try to lean out that I look back and they weren't really good choices. For example, I might not have eaten properly or I might not have eaten enough food, so I'd skip meals and then I'd be hungry. But then what will happen is I'll get so hungry and I'll binge on processed food. Body image is such a big challenge for many of us, and especially women. And if you look at a lot of the marketing, it's all tailored towards girls and women. They want to sell us makeup which says we're not happy with the way we look or how we can keep our skin looking younger and wrinkle-free. Guess I even look now, Chloe. We never had Mecca or started using makeup or skincare when we were 8, 9, whereas girls now are. And that's all marketing messages doing it. The beauty industry is worth $450 billion a year, and the health industry is $6.3 trillion. So they've got good incentive to sell things to you. Now, is that a new way for you to think of that and all the makeup you get from Mecca?
Yeah, definitely.
But what actually helped me overcome the challenge of body image is you and Jake. Because I look at you both and I believe you're both perfect the way you are. You are healthy, you're active, and you're beautiful looking kids. And I wouldn't want either one of you thinking at any point that you weren't good enough. And that's when I realized that if you're going to believe it and if I'm going to teach you that you're good enough, that I need to feel good about my body and my health.
What advice would you give to other families who want to get fit together?
Find ways to incorporate fitness into your life together with your kids. When you and Jake were under 5, we spent a lot more time at parks, and I would actually do things like the monkey bars. So I would do the monkey bars and I couldn't do them. I think you were getting to the end and I couldn't even get past the second bar. But I kept going, and that actually helped me get stronger and then eventually be able to do it. Now that we're that little bit older, we like the skate parks, rollerblading, going for walks, surfing, as I mentioned before. So find ways to do things that doesn't feel like exercise or you're trying to get fit. It's just fun to do.
That's good. Why is lifting weights so important, and how does it help us stay strong?
There's lots of health benefits to lifting weights and having muscles, and especially for us women as we get older. Well, you're still young, a lot younger than I am. So firstly, it's the stronger muscles and bones. Lifting weights helps protect against weak bones, so osteoporosis, and keeps muscles strong for everyday life, so that we can open jars, bend down, pick things up from the floor. But I still recommend always ask your husband to open jars so that he feels strong, even if you can do it. The second one is boosts metabolism. So muscles burns more energy than fat. So even when you're resting, you're more likely to burn more calories by having muscles than not. And that's what I love about strength training, that even after I finished a gym session, I'm still burning calories 24 to 48 hours afterwards. And that means I can maybe indulge in a little treat. Thirdly, confidence and independence. So it just makes things easy. So it's easy to carry groceries or lifting kids, which boosts self-confidence. I can still carry you and Jake around. Lastly, the mental health benefits, because it reduces stress, it helps build resilience, and just puts me in a good mood.
How does staying healthy make you feel better in your mind too?
I say working out helps keep me sane. I remember when I was going through really tough challenges at work. It was COVID, we were working from home, there was restructures at work, I was having challenges with my managers and so much more. The gym actually kept me positive and working out because it helped me feel great. I love, and I always say, the weights don't talk back. So I can take out my anger, my frustration on the weights, and they'll never say anything to me. And then when I'd finished working out, then it was a lot easier to come back and be able to be a mum or wife and do things that I need to. Working out increases endorphins, and it just gave me that energy and that happiness.
What important lessons have you learned from working out that have helped you as a mum?
Patience and consistency. So when you work out in the gym, you don't get results overnight. So doing one workout, it doesn't mean you're going to be strong straight away. You need to do consistent workouts to build that muscle and be patient with it. And that the same goes with kids. You might tell your child one thing, like if I'm teaching you when you were younger how to walk or how to do your hair or how to get dressed, me showing you once, you weren't able to pick it up. It's that practice and being patient and continually working together to teach you how to do tasks, which is the same in the gym. Consistency and being patient.
Alright, it's time for rapid fire questions. Give me your favourite answer and we'll see what you like. Okay, what's the first thing you do when you wake up?
I make myself lemon water and add a bit of salt to it and drink that.
What does this do for you?
Well, the first thing is it definitely wakes me up. It will help support my digestion, and the lemon gives me a bit of the vitamin C. Plus, on top of that, it's a good way to get my water intake in for the day. So I'll have at least a quarter of what water I need for the whole day.
Yeah. Who's your favourite influencer?
At the moment, I like Mel Robbins. Really enjoyed her latest book. And then also Lauren Bosniak from The Skinny Confidential.
Your favourite book?
Well, I have so many to choose from. I'll stick to a bit of the mindset ones. So I mentioned before Atomic Habits by James Clear, and then also Worthy by Jamie Kern-Lima.
What's your favourite cheat meal?
Ice cream. I love cold rock. What's yours?
Yeah, I'd have to say Yochi.
Oh, you do love Yochi.
And what's one skill you'd love to learn outside of fitness?
Singing. I'd love to have a great singing voice. Do you want me to sing for you?
No.
Is it that bad?
Yes, you need to take those singing lessons.
All right.
Alright, now where can people find you, connect with you or work with you?
So you can follow D8 Training. We're on Instagram, Facebook at D8 Training. And to follow me, I'm predominantly on Instagram at Anne-Marie Antic, or my blog, thefamilyexecutive.com. And I've got lots of information up there on my health and my habits and what I do. And then also you can book in for a 30-minute coaching call with me if you'd like.
What's one thing you wish everyone knew about health and fitness?
That it's a journey and it continually changes based on your age and circumstances in life. There is no such thing as a perfect way to be healthy. It's what works for you. And what worked for you in your teens may be different to your 20s, to your 30s, when you have kids, the ages that your kids are. And it's adjusting and readjusting to suit you so that it meets your goals and becomes a part of your life. I say health and fitness is like parenting. There are so many opinions out there. There's so many ways you can do things. However, it depends on you, and it's finding what's right for you. And try things. Don't be afraid to try something, and if it doesn't work, go, no, it didn't work, and get rid of it. Or finding something that does work and go, this works, and sticking to it.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have any personal quotes that you tell yourself for motivation?
Ooh, good question. I love quotes. What's your favourite quote?
I'm not really sure, actually.
You're like the quote queen. I love all the quotes you write me, and then I get to read them. I love the Henry Ford one. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Either way, you're right.
That's a good one. I think that's also one of my favourites. And what does dominate mean to you?
I'm usually the one asking this question. To me, dominate is being the best at my life and living it to the fullest. I want to come to the end of my life and go, yeah, I dominated. I did everything I wanted to do. I really lived it and I enjoyed it. And this goes with whether being a mum, a wife, a friend, with my health and fitness, my business, anything that's important to me, to say, yep, I dominated and I really gave it my all. Because we're only going to live once, and I want to make sure that if I'm living, I really crush it and it's the best life possible.
Yeah, I think that's really great as well.
What does dominate mean to you?
I think it means like trying to dominate, so doing your best and always trying your hardest and trying to dominate your life and dominate the competition.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, thank you for being on the podcast, Anne-Marie, or should I say Mum?
Mum. Well, thank you for interviewing me, Chloe. You've got some good skills at interviewing and hosting and getting a lot of experience. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Until next time, dominate your life.